spirit revolts at the thought that I must bandy words with a fellow like him. But lest he should boast that I can't reply, I'll tell you what are the points for which a noble poet our praise obtains. For his ready wit and his counsels sage, and because the citizen folk he trains to be better townsmen and worthier men. If then you have done the very reverse, found noble-hearted and virtuous men, and altered them each and all for the worse, pray what is the fate you deserve to get? I'll ask you not, he deserves to die. For just consider what style of men he received from me. Great 6 foot high, heroical souls who never would flinch from a citizen's duties in peace or war. Not idle loafers or low buffoons or rascally scamps such as now they are, but men who were breathing spears and helms, and the snow-white plume in its crested pride, the greave in the dart and the warrior's heart in its sevenfold casing of tough bull hide. Many the plays I wrote in praise of the noblest deeds that the world can show, and each man longed for the victor's wreath to fight and to vanquish his country's foe. Such are the poet's appropriate works, and just consider how all along from the very first they have wrought you good. The noble bards, the masters of song, first Orpheus taught you religious rites, and from bloody murder to stay your hands, Apollo healing and oracle lore, and Hesiod all the culture of lands. The time to gather, the time to plow, and gat not Homer his glory divine by singing of valor and honor and right, and the sheen of the battle extended line, the ranging of troops and the arming of men. Though some have failed to learn, I opine, but others many and brave he taught, such as Lamachus, hero true. And thence my spirit the impress took, and many a lion-heart chief I drew. Soldiers and heroes, illustrious names, for I hope the citizen folk would spur to stretch themselves to their measure and height whenever the trumpet of war they hear. But Medeas and Helens and Agavs, no harlotry business deformed my plays, and none can say that ever I drew a lovesick woman in all my days. For me no lot or portion had got in Queen Aphrodite, thank heaven for that, but ever on you and yours, my friend, the mighty goddess mightily sat. It's not that the tale you told of Phaedra's passionate love was untrue, not so, but tales of incestuous vice the sacred poet should hide from view, nor ever exhibit and blazon forth on the public stage to the public ken. For boys a teacher at school is found, but we, the poets, are teachers of men. In higher fashion we all to speak, alas, poor witling, and can't you see that for mighty thoughts and heroic aims the words themselves must appropriate be, and grander belike on the ear should strike the speech of heroes and godlike powers, since even the robes that invest their limbs are statelier, grander robes than ours. Such was my plan, but when you began, you spoilt and degraded it all. How so? Your kings in tatters and rags you dressed, and brought them on a beggarly show. No more will a wealthy citizen now equip for the state a galley of war. He wraps his limbs in tatters and rags, and whines he is poor, too poor by far. Moreover, to prate, to harangue, to debate is now the ambition of all in the state. The youth are all morbid and pallid and spare, and the places of exercise vacant and bare. The disorder has spread to the army and crew. The service is ruined, and ruined by you, with prate in debate in a mutinous state. Whereas in my day 'twas a different way, nothing they said nor knew Of what ills is he not the creator and cause? Consider the scandalous scenes that he draws, with his horrible passions of sisters and brothers, and sons-in-law tempted by villainous mothers, and temples defiled with a bastardly birth, and women divested of honor or worth, that talk about life as a death upon earth, and sophistical frauds and rhetorical boss, till now the whole state is infested with tribes of scriveners and scribblers and rascally scribes, their jackanape tricks at all times, in all places, deluding the people of Athens. But none has training enough in athletics to run with the torch in his hand at the races.